In 2006, to actually emphasize more on the micro segment, MSME has been carved out of SMEs. Previously, it was small and medium enterprises. From 2006 onwards, it's called as micro, small and medium enterprises. This was done to actually emphasize more on the micro sector. Okay, the definitions basically are that categorized into two parts, that's the manufacturing and services. Trade is not included in this. Under manufacturing, it's defined as investment in plant and machinery, and for services, it's already covered. Now I'll just skip this. Yeah.
Tell about your plan.
Yeah, fine. As we already seen, the basic financing things would be into either you get in terms of the term loan or cash credit or bill discounting, which have been explained by Mr. Ramakrishnan from SIDBI. There are some schematic, these are in general for any unit. The amounts will be ranging from say thousands to even hundreds of crores also in any of these. However, there are some schematic lendings which are applicable only to some particular target segment, and there is a cap on the maximum amount also. The first one is this SME Smart Score. This is for small enterprises. Usually there is a credit rating assessment that is done by the banks, where weightages are given to both financial, management and industry parameters. However, in many of the SMEs, financials are very weak. So to actually cater to this particular segment, the emphasis on financial has been reduced, and a simplified scoring model has been developed with a cap of up to 50 lakhs, that is the amount that can be financed under this scheme. If it's a manufacturing unit, up to 50 lakhs. If it's a service unit, it's up to 25 lakhs. The simplified scoring model basically consists of very qualitative parameters like the promoter's background, his experience, instead of emphasizing more on the financials. For an existing unit, everything usually is planned, everything is done in properly, but when it comes to sometimes there will be delay in receivables because of some reasons which are not in our hands. Sometimes you might be doing business very well and you might receive suddenly new orders for which you'll have to step up your capital investments. For this you'll have to go back to the bank again. The whole process might take some time. So there's a product by name standby line of credit, wherein 15% of the existing working capital limit can be given as a standby line of credit. Based on if there are any real genuine reasons like delay in shipments or delay in receivables or increase in orders. Then this is SBI Smile for basically for units which are first generation entrepreneurs. Bringing equity also might be a problem to some of these units, but they might be very professionals and the ideas also might be very novel and which are very implementable. But because of lack of equity, some of them might not get the necessary support from the banks. Now this scheme is basically equity assistance scheme up to 10 lakhs. This should be first generation entrepreneur. You should be setting up business for the first time, and you should be having, and this promoter should be fully focused on this business and no other business. So this can be given up to 10 lakhs, which is interest free. So all the term loans have been taken from SBI. There is a moratorium period of 5 to 7 years. That is, during this period, the term loans have to be repaid, and after the repayment of the term loans, the commencement of this equity assistance would start, which can be repaid after the term loan is repaid. So there is no interest free for this whole period of 7 years plus the 3 years repayment period. That's 10 years. We don't charge any interest on this 10 lakhs. Then if you see, we have already seen MSME doesn't cover traders. So this collateral free loan or assistance up to 1 crore and all without insistence on collateral is applicable only to micro and small, and that too in the manufacturing and services sector. However, to the trading sector, there is another scheme, but however this is also called popularly known as mortgage scheme by many other banks. So this is basically up to 5 crores is given. This is basically on the amount of collateral that is bought by the promoter. Up to a 65% maximum can be given as a loan under this trader's easy loan. Then Rent Plus. Over a period of time, businesses usually all the profits that are reaped in either are plowed back into the business or they are created in the form of assets. So many of the units create their assets in the form of either houses or commercial complexes or anything. So in general, suppose you actually have a need for any working capital shortages or anything of that sort, the receivables from these, accruals from these commercial complexes or anything can be given in the form of a loan, which is called as Rent Plus.